Welcome to another edition of Mr. Walker's podcast with your host, Mr. Walker, my co-host, Juice. Our first show of the new year, and we are happy to be back. We have some surprises coming this year. New studio, new look, and some amazing guests. But we are happy to be back for the new year. To even start the show off, I don't normally drink out of a teacup, but tonight I am. And it is a little bit of Twisky.
I don't know what they call it.
It's Twisky. That's what you call it.
Yeah.
Tea and whiskey. So, you know. With that being said, it's a lot going on this new year. Shit. First off, we're gonna start with the TikTok challenge. The TikTok challenge that Angela Bassett's son tried, and she made his ass get on TikTok right away.
They both did. Her and Courtney B. Vance, her husband.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because if you see the video when he did it, Courtney Vance is in the background like, what? And you see her like kind of starting to get hysterical and shit. She said, oh no. She said, whatever she had in her hand, she threw down. She said, oh no. And then you see later on, like, he's up there apologizing.
The kid is apologizing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she made him apologize right away.
Well, no, I didn't. What I mean was, they both did. Courtney and her. It ain't just her. You know, that's both they. So, Courtney B. Vance is her husband.
I'm not.
She, you know, it ain't just her that made him. He made him too.
I'm not disputing that. I'm saying she made her son get up there and apologize right away. I don't have to say they both made their son apologize. I said Angela Bassett, so I went straight back to her, like saying she made her son. I said Angela Bassett's son. I didn't mention her husband. Okay, maybe I could have been whatever, informative, so to speak, to the people that didn't know or wanted to know who her husband was, but...
Because on the surface, it just looks different, that's all.
Anyway.
She got a single mother, so...
Okay. Anyway, she made her son apologize right away. And it just seemed, when I seen the video, it was in like epic, fucking very much black household mother that don't play no games. You get your ass and you better apologize right away. You ain't gonna embarrass me. He made a fucking I'm sorry video, crying his ass off. It looked like he was in a car or some shit when he was making it.
You remember what she did to son in Wait and Exhale? Get your shit. Firefighter knocked on the door. She said, okay, put it out. Like, hurt the nigga clothes, everything.
Yeah, Angela Bassett, she seems like one of those mothers that don't play any fucking games. Old school. I respect it. Another tragic death in hip hop. Gangsta Boo, rest in peace. Her death wasn't a murder.
No, it wasn't murder.
It was a drug overdose, fentanyl drug overdose. It's crazy because I when I looked online, she had called Daz, I think, the night of or the night before, and left him like some messages. I'm not gonna say you could hear that she was kind of fucked up in the messages, but they were heartfelt messages, like just basically telling them how much she loved them, and
It's almost like a goodbye, without saying goodbye.
It seemed that way. It could seem eerie, so to speak.
When you first said it, I was like, bro, Cause that when us talking about the Angela Bassett shit, I said, no, that's the challenge. I said that probably a lie. Remember? And he was like, nah, it's confirmed. I think 5 minutes later, he was like, nah, like you said, multiple sources saying that she died. So I'm like, shit. She was a pioneer though. I mean, she came in the 90s, but she was a pioneer too.
They definitely spawned, like, their group, 3 6 Mafia, they definitely have babies out here. You know, they birthed a lot of groups, especially coming from the South, that kind of, you know, mimic their style. But another rapper gone too soon, and I want to send my condolences to Gangsta Boo family. If she has any kids, you know, people that loved her loved ones. So another rapper down. Rest in peace. Master P and Romeo beefing. I'm all over the place with this story. Like, I don't know what the beef was like really about. I heard it was because Master P was giving like a rest in peace, or he was focusing on other shit besides, you know, he had a daughter that just passed away not too long ago. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think Romeo felt some type of way about it. Then I heard it was about money. Then it was about this. Then it was about the... Yo, listen, dog. I don't understand how you could be that fucking inconsiderate in a sense, and that spoiled, to think that beefing with your father, especially online, is the right thing to do.
Yeah, that should be internal. Nobody need to know about that. None of that. But sometimes, like, when you're younger, you're looking for attention. Mm-hmm. You already been in the limelight, blah, 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 blah. You feeling a certain type of way. So you know what? Let me air my dad out. Because he's always on the news, but I'm not.
It's totally disrespectful. Like, in every sense of, yo, that man is the reason that you're fucking living. He's the, not only that, he's the reason that you're Romeo.
I was getting ready to say that. Yep.
He's the reason behind your career. You're only Romeo because of Master P. You owe him more than just, you know, giving you life. You owe him your fucking career. And to get on the internet and disrespect that man is just totally fucked up. Calling him broke, talking about the rap snacks check. Dog, you getting a check. I'm sure you got a nice crib, nice car, and a couple dollars. And all of that's due to your pops.
Listen, he wouldn't even, the little bit of ball he did play at UNC, he wouldn't have done that if it wasn't on the strength of his pops. And by definition, the first certified rapper billionaire was Master P. He was the first certified rapper billionaire.
I don't think that's quite right, but okay.
Yeah. But that's when No Limit was at its peak. That's when No Limit was at its peak.
Okay, I don't think he was a billionaire then.
It was in Jet Magazine or Ebony, one of the two.
That's a lie. I don't think it was in either.
I read it.
Just because you read it don't make it true. Because you read things in books, it makes it true.
Oh, but you got on BDU shirt and without a name or a tag on it, you probably think you was in the military too. So what the fuck is you talking about?
Let me tell you something, motherfucker. And I'm gonna tell you this on motherfucking camera. I'm a soldier. I didn't have to be in the military to be no motherfucking soldier. Yeah. I was a soldier in other places. I ain't had to get shipped out. I was a soldier in these streets, put in that work. Bang, bang, nigga. So I'm able to wear this type of shit.
I can wear it too with my name's on it.
I could put my name on it if you like.
No, that's illegal. Technically, you can't.
Listen, champ.
That's illegal.
You know who the fuck I am. I do what I want to do, whenever I want to do it. There's no rules. This family, we do what we want to do.
Okay.
And again, Army
Until CID come knocking, we be talking a different tune then.
fatigue, nigga. You know this Army fatigue represent for me, for street niggas.
Dudes, bro. We don't call them fatigue. BDU.
I'm telling you what I call them. Nigga, when I got this Army fatigue on, you know what could happen? Stop playing. You know it. Tim's Army fatigues. Nigga, boot camp click. I challenged a veteran that taught those men how to shoot. I challenged him to a duel. We turn around, put our backs to one another. We run 20 yards, turn around and see who could hit who first. He didn't take me up on the challenge. I was great at the things I used to do. And in my head, I still believe that I'm great at those things. Damar Hamlin, suffering from cardiac arrest after following a hit during the Bengals game. The young man is actually pulling through. He's getting better day by day. The crazy thing is, I didn't know who this dude was prior to. But then I had to go back. He went to Pitt.
Yeah.
He went to Pitt.
There's somebody I know that used to coach him at Pitt.
And I heard that he went to Pitt to kind of stay close to home, you know, so he could look after his little brother.
Yeah, because he was from Pennsylvania, so he was like, yeah. I know somebody personally I know, I haven't seen him in years, but somebody I know, after talking to a good friend of mine that played D1 school, and he was like, yo, you remember such and such? And I said, yeah. He's like, you know, he coached at Pitt. And I said, oh shit, I forgot about that. And he coached Hamlin when he was at Pitt. And I was like, wow. I said, damn, man, this is crazy. I don't know, did you watch the game?
I woke up, I was in and out of sleep, and I had woke up right after. I mean, like seconds after. And I seen everybody on the field. The ambulance, I don't even think got on the field yet. So I seen them kind of like pumping his chest. And I was like, damn. Then I seen grown ass men. When you see grown ass men crying on the field, you know it's bad.
Even the opposing team.
Yeah.
I saw Joe Burrow. Mind you, I was asleep as well. My dad woke me up. And I'm thinking he's talking about the college game, the Rose Bowl. But I didn't realize what time it was. So I look at the clock. I said, oh shit, I forgot. Pro game on, right? So I said, yo, let me just check this out. And they had just started, the ambulance just started driving off into the tunnel, take him to the hospital. So now I see the replays or whatever, and I'm looking at Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs is like, inconsolable, I think it's inconsolable though. A lot of, linemen, they just, and then I see them in the circle in the prayer. Then I see the opposing team, like Joe Burrow sitting there like this, like, because that shit is like real life. And there's only been one person that ever died on the field in the NFL. That happened in 1971. His name was Chuck Hughes. He was a wide receiver for the Detroit Lions. He was 28 years old. The irony of that is, he had a mini heart attack earlier that year, the last game of the preseason. Last game of the preseason, he had a mini heart attack. And he had a heart attack, and Dick Buckus is standing over him because they played the Bears. Dick Buckus is standing over him. Dick Buckus was like, he collapsed. Like after he made a catch, he collapsed. And Dick Buckus is like waving the people over. And you have, on the internet, you can see it. They have pictures of him on the stretcher and his arm dangling and shit. Like, he was done. 28 years old.
That's a dangerous sport. Let me tell you, somebody asked me, like, if I have kids, or when I have kids, would I allow them to play football? As the years go on, I get further and further away from saying yes to that, because more and more shit is happening to to football players. But the crazy thing about all of that is, if I had a child, or if I have a child, and it's a boy, I would want him to learn how to box. Like, I need him to be able to defend himself. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that he has to compete, but I wouldn't deny if he wanted to compete. But football, I don't know if I'll be like, yo, go ahead. Now, basketball, baseball, you know, but I don't know. Like, as the years go on, I'm kind of like, but I can't say that I'm going to rule it out. If he wanted to do it that bad, of course, I'm going to be the supporting father to let him do it. But I'm going to try, like, yo, what you think about what's the name though? Or what you think about this sport or that sport? You know, football is a brute, manly man, titan of the titan sport.
And boxing is?
No, boxing is.
If you had to pick, which one would you choose? And those are only two you got to pick. Which one you choose?
That would be a hard decision, but I would probably go with football. But I want my child to be able to defend himself. So I want my child to be able to fight. You know what I mean? Take a punch, give a punch. So, yeah, football, man, football is rough, bro.
Well, I'm a little biased, and I hate like when this thing happens, because then everybody talks about, oh, we need to ban football, but you don't ban soccer. I've seen people get kicked in the face. You know, in soccer they wear shin guards. People get kicked in the face, bro. That's not a deadly blow in soccer.
It's not.
No, it doesn't. You know, I mean, there have been soccer deaths on the field. Yes, usually from like heart attacks or something else.
They running up
you know,
and down this big ass field.
I've seen people get kicked in the face. They do headers, bro. You're literally hitting. You're literally hitting your head with a ball jumping up in the air. The only thing that saves them is the fact that they do jump in the air and they could try to aim it. Because otherwise, if that ball was heavier, they could be paralyzed too. That shit fucks your vertebrae up, bro. It sends shockwaves down your vertebrae. Your head wasn't made for that. Your head wasn't made, and I'm talking about from a physiological standpoint.
Yeah.
An anatomical standpoint.
That's football though, bro. Soccer, you most likely to fucking pass away, die from like a cardiac arrest running up and down that fucking field, right? Now, football, not only could you die from having a heart attack, you could die from fucking all the other things too. CTE, you know, all of this shit. Getting hit too hard, getting hit the wrong way. The risk is so much higher of you being fucking paralyzed and all the other things playing football versus fucking soccer. It's so much higher. You know what I mean? Now, the reason I said I would choose football versus boxing for my child if I had a son is because, dog, every connecting punch, motherfuckers throw 300, 400, 500 punches in a fight. So every connecting punch is gonna swell your shit up, could break your jaw, could fucking get your brain damage. You never know what punch is going to, or over time, you know, all of those punches leave you punch drunk, or you know, it's so many different ways that you could injure yourself during boxing, fighting, as well as football. To be a football player, you gotta be a beast. You gotta be a beast, bro. Little motherfuckers like you will not survive in the NFL. If I put you in the NFL right now, what position do you think you'll be able to play?
Well, I'd more than likely be a slot, but I would have to be heavier. But I mean, look at Steve Tasker. He was my height. He was only like 170 pounds.
So the last but not least thing that's happening in the news or in our world, things that are going viral, is this goddamn Keith Murray talking about the women that he's been with and what they've done to him. Smashing, sucking, fucking. I'm gonna let you go. What you think of this shit? Because
listen,
every other day they putting out clips of this man talking about women that he's been with. So what do you think about this shit?
First of all, I don't believe all of it. I think I might believe a little bit of it, but I'm not gonna say he a fiend, but he is fiendish. He is very fiendish. You can hear how he talk. Look at him. Look at his face. Like, his whole skin color didn't change. I'm like, this nigga's really going in. Like,
what's the quote? A drunk mind speaks a sober tongue. How does a sober heart? What's the quote? It's something like
shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't know verbatim.
So, for me, I believe he is telling the truth. And I believe he's drunk while doing it. Right? Now, he's been on different platforms. And they keep inviting this man back. Because he says the craziest shit in the world. It's for clickbait. But I believe, first of all, you got to understand, Keith Murray was hot at one time. From that first album to the features he did with Eric Sherman to fucking that Keith, to the Total remix with him, to the Fatty Girl, to the Ashacha. That man was pop. He had a couple years, a couple summers where he was that nigga. The even Special Delivery remix. He killed that. Killed it. Now, I personally know, and I hope I'm not overstepping my boundaries by telling this story. I have two things to say. Certain things are supposed to stay within the crew of friends or whomever you told it to, especially if they're a friend. But I think it's corny for men to share those type of stories. And we talked about it before on the show. Mm-hmm. You telling your man who you might have smashed or what she might have done to you while she gave you the ass is the corniest shit in the world, especially being a certain age. Grown men are not supposed to do that. But I've been in the studio with, you can figure it out if you want. I'm gonna give you a hint. I've been in the studio with one half of a 2-man rap group. And I heard this man talking about an R&B singer or R&B singers. And he talked about how she was doing this, that, and the third to him. I'm not gonna say if she's living or dead, but I'm just gonna say I heard a lot of different stories. And those conversations, because I was a fly on the wall and I was the younger brother to someone that was in the studio with them, I discussed it with my friends, but I will never get online talking about the incident.
It's unbecoming of a man, number one. Because real men don't do that. Like, nigga, you don't need to know my pedigree. You don't need to know what I did, how I did it, whatever. You know? And then secondly, why tell it now? You need to be relevant now again? What, you broke? You need money? Why tell it now? Yeah. What's the point?
That shit was like 20-something years
Yeah, like what's the point now? You need to be relevant to do interviews now? Like that, and that's the crazy thing. Nigga, if you want to be relevant, make some real music.
I don't think that it's I think the people that are interviewing him recognize that he has a problem and he's gonna say wild shit and they're taking advantage of it. I know Keith. We have I know him. I know of him.
Not too far, Paul.
Yeah. And he also, during his time of the addiction, he spent some time in my neighborhood. He was in a darker place, let's just say that. And he was in my neighborhood. But I will respect him as a man, even though I feel like he's doing sucker shit, and I won't go into detail about things. But, so let's get into the topic of tonight. The topic of tonight is taking breaks in relationships. Whew. This is a hard one.
Yeah, it's toughy. This is tough.
Sometimes people feel like they need breaks, and those reasons could be a bunch of different things. But you can only take those breaks when y'all don't live together. Y'all live together, ain't no such thing as breaks. Nigga, you go downstairs, I stay upstairs for a couple hours, and that's it. But when you two are not in a household together, you could take a break. Depending on what type of woman that you're dealing with. Do you agree? Because certain women ain't gonna fucking allow you to take nigga a break.
That's your whole definition of that?
No, it ain't my whole definition.
No, I waiting for you to, no.
No.
You gotta come more with it.
No, go ahead, bro.
I don't believe in breaks. A break to me would be a break up. There's no breaks. Either we're together or we're not. There's no breaks. Because somebody could sit right in the passenger seat next to me when you get out. So that's how I always looked at it. And it's not like I'm prideful or anything like that, but just listen. When I put you on that pedestal and you told me you want a break, what you mean? I'll be in them goddamn bushes with a sniper rifle. You play with me if you want to.
I'm bleeping that out. You done lost your fucking mind. I believe in breaks. I believe in breaks because especially if you two are not living in a household. If you two are living in a household, there's no such thing as a break. There's no such thing as a break. But you can still exercise all your rights when you two don't live under the same roof. In a relationship. If you need a break, take a break. You could get a day. You could get a whole day or two, depending on what type of woman you deal with. One of those crazy motherfuckers, nigga, you gonna get a couple hours after lunch, I'm calling your phone. And you better pick up, and if you don't pick up, I'm coming over. That's a crazy motherfucker. You gonna get till after lunch, nigga. Eat something, feel better. And then we gonna have a conversation. That's dealing with a crazy motherfucker. On some real shit though, like, or if you're dealing with a woman that understands, you know, sometimes people need breaks. A lot of people are not willing to accept what's coming after the break. She or he might have a body on them. Are you willing to accept what comes after the break? And during the break, what you also gotta understand for these men out here or women, fucking with somebody in a break, fucking with somebody else in the break. That's just a Band-Aid. for a wound that needs stitches. It's pointless. If y'all on a break and you start dating somebody else, you putting a Band-Aid over a fucking wound that needs stitches. Not a scrape. Not a cut that you could put peroxide or alcohol on and nigga, you putting a fucking Band-Aid over a gunshot wound. What's the point? You playing yourself. And then when y'all do get back, there might not be a recovery for that. I'm just saying. Twisky, tea and whiskey. Yeah.
The shit don't make no sense. First of all, as a man, who the fuck does breaks? That shit is feminine to me, bro. Cause as a man, you supposed to care about her, love her as much as you can.
Fuck you mean it's feminine? Nigga, you the only nigga in here that wear Jordache jeans.
Yo. But nah, man, like me, like listen. Girl tells me you need a break. Nah, we don't do breaks. Call me when you need me. See you later. That's it. Like, I don't do breaks. Like, I don't, like, there's nothing that we can't conquer together or get over together. If we've been rocking, especially for a little minute, there's nothing that we can't get through. We'll have to work it out.
You're absolutely right. It should always be that. I'm willing to even try therapy. If I love you that much, I'll try anything. I'll try anything. But both parties gotta be fully invested.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna work if you're the one, I'll try anything. But how long are you willing to try? You know, even with that shit don't have a time limit on it. And what is it that you need to see change that she can get or he can get more life? He can get other lives added to this fucking game of life, so to speak.
It's gonna sound weird, but let me throw this out there. Time is forever, but it don't last forever. Time is forever. When we both dead and gone, our kids be dead and gone, our relatives dead and gone, you're still gonna have time.
If y'all live under the same roof, you know, you don't have a chance to get a break. If your woman takes a break in the she shed and you go downstairs in the man cave.
You have a man cave. The rest of the house is her she shed.
You goddamn right about that. Taking breaks is cool depending on, you know, what women you dating. You know, certain women are not allowing a break. But you also gotta understand a break, shorty could come back pregnant. He could have gotten somebody pregnant. She could come back doing nastier things. He could come back screwing like a porn star. You know, bodies could have happened in between. A love that they ran into by accident. But even after that, if shorty came back to you with a body after taking a break, would you take her back?
I have, but it just wasn't the same.
I did it one time.
It ain't the same. I'm not even gonna get into it, but
I did it one time myself, and this is around the time Best Man came out. And every time I smashed after, I was thinking about her with the next nigga. Mm-hmm. Well, then again, we didn't even take a break. Shorty cheated. She cheated.
that's different, bro.
Yeah, she cheated because we were together. But no, if we took a break and you came back with a body, during the break, You needed to be going to work, going home, going to work, going home. And the next time I see you, you should be 15 pounds lighter.
But
You should suffer that much that we not together. If if a woman is partying during a break and it's looking like she's having the best time of her life, don't front for me. You taking pictures you out every week, but also that could be a band-aid as well.
was like we talked like every day, so I knew what was going on. Knew her parents, her cousins, aunts, uncles. Oh, I'm with such and such. Like, okay, we would talk maybe for 20 minutes or whatever, and then that'd be it. Like our breakup was more like no sexy time. We're not kissing. We're not, you know. I remember one time she had cooked, and she said, "Yo, I made some baked ziti. I made a plate for you. Come get it." All right, I come get it. I come get it, and I go home.
Juice.
What?
Fuck her baked ziti. Nigga, my baked ziti better.
I bet you her pussy better.
I don't have one. You have one. You can only measure yours.
Be acting like it though. Talking about you want a break. How the fuck do a man want a break? Man don't get breaks, nigga. They be in the bushes with a sniper rifle.
I'll tell you what men do get. Broken motherfucking jaws after I punch him in the face. You black bastard. Now, let me tell you this. You know what? You get on my fucking nerves. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why you get on my fucking nerves. You get on my fucking nerves for a lot of fucking reasons.
Really?
Yo,
that's new.
The crazy thing is, people don't see on this camera how you fuck with me. They don't even, off these cameras you fuck with me. On the weekends you fuck with me. And did not, you know what I come off like being a bully? Cause I snap real well. I make grown men cry. But you motherfucker, they don't know that you fuck with me, and I'm just be firing off. Now that's a lot of shit that I edited out that they can't. You talk a lot of shit, you say a lot of shit.
Get the fuck out of here.
Your Jordan son got a third leg in between him fucking. He got a whole dick dangling. We gonna end the motherfucking show. We gonna end the show. We gonna end the show. We gonna end the show right now, cause I'm tired of this black motherfucker. So with that being said, Juice doesn't think that breaks are necessary.
Nah, absolutely.
I'm saying exercise the right while you and Shorty don't live together. So with that being said, it's another show down, 31. And we gonna close out the show with my Twisky with we rollin' bitches.